thanks for clicking on this progress update on this 1999 Civic. So as you can see in the beginning, the little intro I had, we got all the small parts painted, but I'm going to turn the camera around while I'm talking, so hold on. So yes, and the last video we had left off, we were painting all the parts, painted the hood and the front bumper, which is where we left off at. The reason why I didn't make any videos of me working on this, because it's so much hours and I feel like it's repetitive and tedious. But check out the results. It's looking good. That rear OEM EM1 lip is looking really nice, really slick. Came out very clean. This is a Tamco Clear Coat 4100. I'll tell you one thing, the clear, when you buff, it looks really nice, but I don't like the way it pinches back. I've been spraying it for a couple years now with this brand, trying to give it a different ways, different condition of spraying and see if I'm doing it right or wrong. And it comes out looking good. It looks good. I just don't like the fact that it pinches back a little bit too much compared to the clears that I usually spray, like the Sherwin-Williams, which is crazy expensive. Just for a whole kit of that is like $850 with my discount. And a lot of the customers don't want to pay that much. But this clear does a good job. It's high quality. It just, I don't like the characteristic of it, of how it pinches back. So yeah, overall, I am extremely happy. It came out really clean, really slick, really shiny. But I don't enjoy doing this kind of work. For one, this lip was sourced out from a junkyard, which thank God we found one, because they're hard to find for these OEM lips. But the problem with it was it had super high mill builds of paint from whoever had it before. It's been painted so many different layers. It also looks like a rattle can. It also looks like house paint because it's so thick. I don't have any previous photos of it, but yeah, it had to been stripped all the way down to bare plastic just to knock all that old garbage paint off. And that's about 3 hours worth of work, just sanding it all and doing it in Bodywork, which you could add another hour. Then we had to primer surface it, let it dry, block it out again, make sure everything is nice and straight, which it is straight. And then we re-primered it, prepped it, sanded, got into sealer, paint, and clear. So just doing that lip alone, you're looking at almost 7 hours worth of work. It looks like a small job, but it's just tedious. They got curves and all that, but overall, I'm happy and just rambling on. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. Got the moldings all painted also. All the edges are painted. Let's see, sir. Stuck it down. This is how I stick it down so it doesn't fly away when I spray it with the high pressure, with the pressured gun. Yeah, all the edges are all painted. It looks really, really great. A lot of people, when they paint these, they always miss the important thing, the edges. That's kind of how you know when it's an amateur painter. They'll miss all that. But yeah, everything is nice. Everything is nice and even. Color everywhere you need it. It gets overlooked easy, but yeah, looks good. Yeah, license plate came out good, but there's some issues that I had some lifting in certain areas, so I had to wait to dry it and kind of sand it, dust it on there just so we can kind of get it to bridge. But that's all done with. Turn it over here. Got the stand over here. This is how I like to do things. So we had broken down the mirror completely. Let's see. So that way it is done correct. I love doing this, but a lot of customers don't like to pay for the time to break things down, you know, and it really sucks because we can't do things for free. But the customer had broken this all down, majority for me, and I just depinned everything and took it completely apart. But yeah, this is looking beautiful. It's looking awesome. Came out really good. You can see the reflection. Yeah, the grill is looking nice, but I had some issues with it also, but they're minor, so I think we might leave it. We'll let the customer decide. But yeah, everything's coming together. Trying to hurry up and get this car completely painted. Not completely together and all that, just completely painted. So yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna put since it's completely dry and I'm just killing time right now, I'm gonna reassemble the rest of the mirror right now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we also got to get these in the paint also, along with that rear bumper. These side skirts, I do wish I can just scuff them and paint them, but you know how this game is. It ain't always like that. Got gouges and scratches that you can't see, but you definitely will see it in the paint. So we're going to have to scuff it up, Look for all the bodywork areas, gouges, and fill them up. Primer the whole thing in surfacer. Block again. Paint, clear, and call it quits. But we're going to try to paint these with the rear bumper. We got a red tag. Customer has sourced from a dealership, which I didn't think it was going to be possible, you know, because there's people out there buying them all up. Got us to sell a red tag OEM Honda rear bumper. Thank God. So if it all goes good, all I got to do is scuff it, seal it, paint it, and we're good to go. So yeah, this is a little bit of rambling on, a little some information. In case one of the viewers who got experience, or their dad, their uncle, or their auntie that does this, calls me out for being a butcher doing it like this, I just had to put it out there. This job right here, this side skirt, is a freebie. I'm throwing it in. So I'm not going to spend additional 6 hours for free just to fix all this. Prime the whole thing again, block the primer, and hopefully it's straight and doesn't need another coat of primer. I mean, it's a lot of work. So what I am going to do is just fix all these the best I can. Kind of I guess you can call it half-assed, but it's going to look really good like the rest of the car. It's just won't get as much love like the rest of the car because this is a freebie. Just going to make it look good. Customer is going to be happy with it one way or the other. I've been doing this for a long time. People seem to think that you pay a certain price and everything's included. Kind of like a buffet. They think you just pay that one price and you can go in there and have all you can eat. It ain't the same thing. You pay the price. When you pay, say, I think it is about, for a starting job for OEM respray, I charge about $9,000. And I use high quality material. I don't like using the cheap stuff. You know, so that's starting price. That is not including body work. That's just including breaking the car down and exterior painting. Dings, maybe some dings thrown in there, fixer for free. But anything additional is expensive. Body work, additional hours, additional money, additional material, of course. But I just had to put it out there. It wasn't with this customer. It's just all customers in general. I've been dealing with this for so long, and people just seem to don't understand how this works. And I don't get mad. It gets frustrating, though. You know, body work is not free. Just put it out there. And then once you start getting into restoration, because restoration, there's no such thing as a scuff and shoot. You have to go through the whole thing and fix everything, because a restoration is an old car that we need to restore. So of course it's going to need way more hours. We're talking about double to quadruple the hours that a regular mint OEM paint job where you can just sand it, seal it, and paint. But in this case, it's body work, primer, block, more primer. You get the picture. But yeah, I just had to throw it out there just so people know that body work is not free. So in case you guys want to call me out and say I'm being a butcher on the side skirts, I just had to explain it. That's why I'm doing it this way. It's still going to look good. It's still going to look good. But you know what? Enough rambling on, so we are going to get to working right now. All right, just gave it a quick fill and sand, made it look more discreet and better. Like I said, we are not going to spend crazy amount of time on this. Instead of mixing 2K primer, I just used a 1K bomb can surface serving from Sherwin-Williams Fast Line. Does the trick, is down below, and it will be better than what it was before. Because if I would have just painted right over it, it would have looked like straight up trash, and it would have made me look bad. In this way, this quick fix, it'll look decent, actually better than decent. This primer dries fast. It's a 1K. It's just solvent. It's gonna evaporate really quick. I got the heat lamp on there. So right after this dries, I'm gonna give it a quick wet sand. So yeah, since we are waiting for these the primer to dry on the side skirts, let's go right ahead and tear into this plastic and check out this bumper and inspect it. Hopefully it's good. I'm gonna put the camera down. Hold on. I am praying that it is in great condition with no imperfection in it. Usually it's good, but you just never know how the delivery person handled it when they dropped it off at the dealership. Crossing my fingers. Hopefully it's in good condition. Well, not good. I mean, we already know it's going to be in good condition. We mean like finding any issues or flaws. And by the looks of it, it's looking really good. Didn't want to use the rest of the blade to cut it. I've done that in the past in the shop, and I cut the plastic and I also cut the bumper. Of course, got to fix it for free when I was in the shop because it was my fault. Manager's gonna take it out of my check or I fix it. The primer on this, I don't really like the way it looks. It's kind of weird. I sprayed plenty of these in the shop back in the days and it never looked at this orange peel up. And there you go. There's a gouge right there. Wow. Spoke too soon. Right there. That's almost like a puncture. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well that's not too bad, but for being OEM, I remember the finish being a lot more smoother than this. This looks really weird. Make sure, couple little nicks, not bad. Not bad at all. Could be worse, could be like how the side skirts were all gouged up and jacked up. Overall, it's good. Just found one gouged nick in there. It's kind of weird. The bumper's kind of wet too, like it has some sort of moisture stuck in here. But the way the primer is sprayed on here is really weird. It's really weird, but we're gonna scuff and paint right over this. We are not gonna prime and smooth this out. One way to tell if it's primered or raw plastic, I'll show you. You just sand a little area and it'll see black primer on there. But we are going to have to work this right here, so let's go do that right now while we're waiting. Let's move that bumper over here, fix that little tiny gouge, scuff it up. I love this stand. I got this from my old buddy Joe. I bought it off him a long time ago. Rest in peace, Joe. Just double checking everything. Don't want to run into no stinking surprises, you know. The last thing we need is more issues. Yeah, you gotta love that OEM Honda bumper. We are gonna tape all this bottom off, which is supposed to be black. All right, cool. And the last big thing would be the rear bumper. We fixed that little funky gouge. It pierced it so deep it raised the plastic up, so I had to torch it and press it down and then put a tiny polyester filler, but that's all good to go. Primered, wet sanded. The bumper is all finished off in 600 and red Scotch-Brite. Bottom all taped off because it stays black. And once I get done painting and clearing, I have a little pull tab. I'm going to pull this line, so it's going to leave a nice clean line. But yeah, I think we are ready to start priming, painting, and so we can call it a day because I want to spend time with the family. So let's get at that right now. All right, just like that, and we are done. It's been several hours. The paint and clear is completely dry, so I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. Hold on. It is completely dry to the touch. I use a different clear. I love this clear. Too bad there's no more of it. It holds a gloss, it holds a nice shine even after it's completely dry. I ran into an issue though. When I was prepping the bumper, I did not see this freaking dent. You can see it right here, and this is supposed to be an OEM brand new bumper. It's really, really annoying, but thank God it's down low. But right here, you can see it. I'm gonna use that light to deflect that. See where that wave is? That's where the dent is. This is really, really annoying. I don't know what happened. Usually it doesn't just dent like that unless it was sitting on something was sitting against this for such a long period of time and it just took form. But I'm gonna see if we can heat it up and just press it out from the backside a little bit. I don't want to heat it up too much because I also don't want to mess the paint up on there. But yeah, it came out very clean. Very, very clean. I love this clear right here. This time around I used the Sherwin-Williams CC220 clear or CC200 clear, one of those. It dries very fast and it holds its gloss and shine like crazy. It doesn't have that pinch back. I only used this clear on this part because I had just enough for it and I wanted to see if it made a difference, and yes, it does make a difference. A product I've been spraying for such a very, very long time. All done and dry too. This one came out nice. Side skirts, all good, all one color, and that's what we were looking for. Nice shine, straight. You don't see those gouges anymore. But yes, enough of that. This was a long video, so hopefully you liked it. And on the next one, I'm pretty sure we are going to start breaking down the car itself and getting it ready for paint. So stay tuned. All right.